Good morning, children. Let's begin our English class. Today we are going to do the grammar and vocabulary of poem The Kitten at Play. In the last class, we have learnt about the poem and how did this little kitten Tabby do all kinds of entertaining acts. Now, if you concentrate on the lines of the poem, children, you find few action words over there. What is the meaning of action words? Action words means the words which show some kind of action or movement. All these are called action words. What are they called as? They called as verbs. We have already learnt about verbs in parts of speech. So what is a verb, children? Verb is an action word. It shows different kinds of movements or actions done. So here, for example, in the first stanza of the poem, the second line, there's a word sporting. What's the meaning of the word sporting? It means playing. So play is an action, right? So this is an action word. So in our appreciating the poem bit, you need to collect different action words from these stanzas of the poem and write them. So I have listed them on the right side. You can see sporting. That's an action word. That means playing, falling, starts, crouches, stretches, pause, darts, tiger leap, meets, works, feeds, plays, gazing. So these are all the action words of the poem. Action words or verbs means the words which show different kinds of actions or movements or activities. Now here, children, this is the next page of the textbook, which is page number 20. In the poem you will find words like wall, fall, tree, tree. The repetition of these similar sounding words at the end of the lines of poems and songs is called rhyme. The words are known as rhyming words. Now children, when we were doing the poem, we have seen different similar sounding words, right? For example, the first two lines of the stanza, see the kitten on the wall, sporting with the leaves that fall. See the kitten on the wall, sporting with leaves that fall. Now if you look at the word at the end of each sentence, children, that is a rhyming word. For example, wall, fall, tree, tree, air, fair, starts, darts. Now you can see here, children, they gave example over here. See the kitten on the wall, sporting with the leaves that fall. Wall and fall. They are the words at the end of each sentence, children, and they are similar in sound. Yes, such words, such pair of words are called rhyming words. Okay, the next two lines. Withered leaves 1, 2 and 3 falling from the elder tree. Now here again at the end of the sentence, the last words 3, tree. Similar sounding words. They are called rhyming words. Next two lines. Through the calm and frosty air of the morning bright and fair. Air, fair. Did you understand, children? The similar sounding words are called rhyming words. So wall, fall, tree, tree, air, fair. These are all rhyming words which are given in the poem. So generally poems and songs have rhyming words in their sentences, children. That adds beauty to the poem or the song, that makes it very interesting to listen or learn. And also it explains the meaning very clearly. Now if you look at this stanza, children, next to each line, they gave few letters like A, B, C. This is called as pattern, children. What is a rhyme scheme or a pattern? So a rhyme scheme is a pattern of rhyming words at the end of each line in a poem. Now see, children, the first line, see the kitten on the wall. Wall is one rhyming word. To that the pair is fall. Where is fall? next line itself. So that is given A letter. So to indicate that this is the first rhyming word, letters are given next to them. So here they gave A for wall. Now I should get the same sound word somewhere. Where is that? In the next line itself. Fall. So again for fall, A letter is given. So these letters indicate where is the presence of that similar rhyming word. Next, see children. Withered leaves 1, 2 and 3. 3 is the rhyming word. Now similar sounding word, where is it? It's in the next line itself. 3, tree. So where the word tree is there, that is indicated with the alphabet or the letter B. Did you see children? Next, through the calm and frosty air. Air is the word to which the other pair of word is fair. Where is fair? In the next line itself. So these both are indicated with the letter C. Such pattern is called as rhyme scheme. Wherever that rhyming word comes, it is given a letter, and wherever its other word is found, there the same letter is repeated children. Now look at the right side other example given children. A rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhymes at the end of each line of a poem or song. It is usually referred to by using letters which indicate the line of rhyme. Now see children, the last 4 lines. Bid me to weep and I will weep while I have eyes to see, and having none yet I will keep a heart to weep for thee. These are 4 lines of a poem children. Now what are the rhyming words? Weep, keep. Weep is in the first line, keep is in the third line. Then the other pair of rhyming words, see, thee. C is in the second line, D is in the fourth line. Did you see? Now in the first line, the first rhyming word is weep. You can see at the end of the sentence there is weep. So that is given a letter A. Fine. Now I have to find similar sounding word. Weep, keep. Where is keep? It's in the third line. And having none, yet I will keep. So where you find the similar sounding word, that is keep, you give the same letter again, that is A. Next, see the second line. While I have eyes to see. See is one rhyming word. So it is given a letter B. Now for see, same sounding word is thee. Where is it? A heart to weep for thee. So wherever you find the similar sounding word, that is thee, the same letter B is given. So this example follows ABAB pattern. But our poem, The Kitten at Play, follows AABBCC pattern. How? Because the rhyming words are next to each other. That is, in the next line itself, you find the rhyming words. Wall, fall. Tree, tree. Air, fair. They are just next line. So they are not alternate lines. So you have AABBCC order. Did you understand children? Rhyming words and rhyme scheme. Okay, now according to this, in B bit, make a list of all the rhyming words in the poem and mark the rhyme scheme for the second and third stanzas of the poem. Do you think the rhyme helps to show more clearly the playful and excited movements of the kitten? There is a set beat to the poem. Read the poem aloud and keep the beat as you read. So, when we have a poem with rhyme children, kitten on the wall, leaves that fall, 1, 2 and 3 from the elder tree. So, when there is a rhyme pattern followed in the poem children, do you think that is making the poem very interesting and that is giving very good details of the poem? Yes, right? Okay, we'll see the rhyming words and rhyme scheme of second and third stanzas in the next slide children. Yes, here we have got the list of rhyming words children. So, what are the rhyming words? They are always present in pair children. So, you have 2. In one set you get two rhyming words. That is called a pair. So the first set is wall, fall. Observe the sound, children. Similar sounding words. They are called rhyming words. Tree, tree. Air, fair. Starts, darts. Way, pray. Then, again. For, conjurer. Art, part. There, care. Did you understand? Now for the first stanza, they have already given the rhyme scheme, children. That is, see the kitten on the wall to of the morning bright and fair. The rhyming words are wall, fall, tree, tree, air, fair. These are the rhyming words which you find at the end of each sentence. Now what is the rhyme pattern they gave? First one is wall. That is indicated with letter A. Where is the similar sounding word? Just in the next line. Fall. So again there is A written. Third is tree, indicated with B. Where is the rhyming word for tree? Next line. Tree. So you gave the letter B for it. Next, air. It's indicated with C. And the similar sounding word is fair. Next to it, C. So the first stanza follows A, B, B, C, C pattern. So now let us look at the second stanza. See the kitten how she starts, crouches, stretches, paws and darts. With a tiger leap halfway, now she meets her coming prey. Lets it go as fast and then has it in her power again. Now in this stanza, the rhyming words are starts, darts, way, pray, then, again. Now what is the order, children? Starts is the first rhyming word. Let us give it a letter A. Where is the similar sounding word? Just the next line, darts. So label it as A. So A. Third sentence, way. Let us label it as B. And where is the rhyming word for way? The next sentence, pray. Label it as B. B. And the next line, then. Let us label it as C. Where is the rhyming word for then? Again. In the next line. So again label it as C. So what is the rhyme scheme we will get over here? A, B, C. Did you understand? Let's look at the third stanza. Now she works with 3 and 4 like an Indian conjurer. Quick as he in feats of art, gracefully she plays her part. Yet were gazing thousands there, what would little Tabby care? What are the rhyming words in this stanza? 4, conjurer, art, part, there, care. Same, the similar way. What is the order followed? 4, conjurer. Both are next to each other. So, A, art, part. Both are next to each other. That is in the next line itself. B, there, care. How are they arranged? In the next line for each other. C. So our poem, The Kitten at Play, follows A, B, C pattern, children. Did you understand? Now this is the vocabulary part, children, which is given again in page number 20 itself. Now look at the phrase withered leaves in the poem. Form similar phrases by combining these words. What are phrases, children? Phrases are a group of words. It can be 2 words grouped together or 3 words grouped together or many more words. So when you group or join few words together to give a meaning to those words are called as phrases. So what are phrases? Phrases are a group of words which give a meaning to that words. Okay. Now here, children, the first one is wither. and leaves. They are two words. So they are combined to make a group of words that is called as phrase. So what will it change to? Withered leaves. So ed is added to the word wither. So it becomes withered leaves. What is the meaning of withered leaves? So the leaves which are dry and old enough to fall. Yes, that is withered leaves. The next one, spot leopard. Spot is a word and leopard is another word. So when we combine these two words, it becomes spotted leopard. So to the word spot, TED is added. It becomes spotted leopard. What does that mean? A leopard which has spots on his body as the design or the pattern. Understood? So individually spot has different meaning. Leopard has different meaning. When we combine them and make a phrase, it gives a total different meaning. Board players. So that is changed to board players. So the players are bored of something. D is added to the word bored. Relax holiday. Relaxed holiday. ED is added to the word relax. So it becomes relaxed holiday. Excite students. Excited students. To the word excite, D is added. That becomes excited students. Surprise teacher. Surprised teacher. So D is added to the word surprise. It becomes surprised teacher. Did you understand phrases, children? When different words are combined to make one word which has a special meaning for itself when it is joined, such words are called phrases. You have to fill all these exercises in the textbook as I have filled them, children.